With Ras Copper and Pyramid Cinematics with another question session. Ras Copper. You may be wondering exactly who is Ras Copper. Some of you may know exactly who he is. But why not let him tell us exactly who is Ras Copper? Tell us.
Yeah man, blessed love, Rastafari living reign. Yeah man, it's Ras Copper, you know, born in Freeport, you know what I mean, and the son of Teresa. And also white singing, you know what I mean? And yeah man, mother had 5 children, you know. I was the eldest son, you know, and I have a sister older than me. My father had 13 children. I was the oldest on his side, so, you know, I say you do have, you know, many brothers and sisters. And I always feel like I had to lead because I never had a big brother or sister, so it's like it teach me how to be a responsible youth, you know. And I come up under that old-fashioned type upbringing, you know, where you had to know yourself and know your place in the home. You know, you couldn't be at a certain time, you couldn't hang up a certain way, you know what I mean, and you couldn't do certain things, you know what I mean. Everything been principle because that's the way, you know, we come up with the island life, you know what I mean. And yeah man, and music and was up like an outlet from small because I always was like doing like entertainment things, you know what I mean. And I was like I entertainer from I was like maybe 3 years old. I used to be dancing and stuff like small, and then as I grew, my uncle used to work in the hotel back in the day, long time in the Princess Towers in Freeport and the casino, and he used to carry me out with him sometime to like dance, and I used to dance for the tourists when I was young, and they used to give him little tips and change and things for me, and like I used to take part as I grew. I started to take part in like school functions and stuff, you know, like dancing for programs, and there's school things going on, and I would take part in it, volunteer to like dance or draw or something because I was good at drawing too, you know what I mean. And so yeah, that kind of way. So it was fun. It started off like fun. Everything was fun then, you know what I mean, because you know you wasn't old enough to know about no taking this no serious business, you know. So just fun, you know, but not knowing along the way that as I was having fun, I was developing something to carry me on to, you know, what's going to be my future and what I love is here, yeah.
Not bad. So it's safe to say that you had a very strong upbringing as a child, and from a very young age you got into the entertainment business. You found a love for entertaining. Now, years later, you make a particular type of music. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah. Well, I started off mostly first. I started off rapping, you know, because rapping was like the genre at the time, you know. And then after reggae started.
Oh Lord, Ras Copper was flowing bars.
Yeah, rap.
Ras Copper, you did.
I talk about now hold on, this done Beat Street and Breaking Day. Yes. And Boogaloo and all that. Yes. Like the pop lock and thing too now. Hard, my days. I've been many contests and thing too.
Not bad.
Yeah, man.
Not bad. So please tell us about your journey.
Yeah, it came from me like I morphed, like I said, we used to do it for fun and all that. And as I get good at it, before I used to start off, I used to do it for the school. Then I started doing it as I grow bigger and go into teenage. I started doing it to parties, functions, for people like that, you know what I mean? And then that ended up where I was, as I in Freeport, like around say maybe like 2000, maybe I should say 2000. No, let me go way back, because I think it's like around 97, 98. Because I did my first album with Louis Aswad, aka The Prophet.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Let's back up a little bit. Because you're already getting into your first album and everything. The name that you go by, Ras Copper. Enlighten us about that name. Tell us about that name. Teach us about that name.
Yeah, that name Copper, Ras Copper. Well, first I used to be called Copper. They used to call me Copper. You know what I mean? Because it came from it was a dread pass, you know what I mean, and it came from a dread pass, you know. I used to, back in the day when I was younger, you know, yeah, I had a few pistols, you know what I mean, in the hood, you know, and I used to like collect pistols around them times, so they, you know, used to call, you know, pistols carry shots, copper shots, so yeah. But I tell you, that's the first time I ever really tell the truth on this name, because I didn't ask the name a couple of times why, and I always tell people because of the elements. You know what I mean? And copper is a strong element, don't rust and all that, but it's the first time I'm really expressing it because I don't really like to want to put that kind of message out of, you know, it's a part of my past I like to keep, you know, yeah, in the past, you see, yeah, but yeah, man, back then we used to came on by, you know, years ago when we was young growing up, you know, like to brandish pistols and things, you see, yeah. So that's how I get the name Copper. Then as I turned to, you know, as Rastafari turned me, and I became conscious of Rastafari, I just put the Ras on the front of it and become Ras Copper, you see, yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, man.
So tell us, why does Ras Copper perform and write music? Tell us about that.
First I can get into writing music. You know, writing music is something like, I always used to love writing music. From I start off writing, and I always is a culture writer. I never started off like, because when I get into music, I was done Rasta, you see what I'm saying? I was done conscious of Rastafari, so all my music was to express the culture or the social awareness or the struggles, you see what I'm saying? So I started penning like from, you know, like what the era at that time, and because, you know, music change and it evolve as it go on, you know what I mean? And it start off one way, hip hop was one way first, and it go on to different patterns, and same with reggae and same with dancehall, you see what I'm saying? So back then I used to go by it the old school way. My lyrics used to be patterned and formatted in the old school way, and then I reached a level like where I started penning like years ago. I came up with this vibe. I say like everybody's singing about love, everyone's singing about the woman and man, the jewelry, whatever, but ain't much people singing about that militancy. You know what I mean? And the saying the things what people want to say, but afraid to say because of ties to social wives, they have jobs or whatever like that, or political ties or church ties, religious, whatever you say. And it's like, I say I'm a free man. I don't serve no kind of political vibe. I don't even know I belong to no kind of denomination or whatever, or as Rasta. You see, so I can say these things to don't have to worry about the repercussions that come my way. You see, I'm not the lowest. So instead of me using my music to display the same platform, I mean the same message that everyone display on that platform, but it was given to them, I said I'm going to use it to express things that people are afraid to say, or things that need to be addressed, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that need to be addressed, and music is the best platform to do it.
I totally agree with you on that. You know, in this day and age, you have a lot of people making music, but what we're missing is one important element, as making music with a message. And I listen to some of your tracks, man, and your tracks are powerful and amazing. You know, I'm so surprised and in awe that, you know, we have such talent right here. You understand? Talent right here to teaching the masses of the way to go. But what I think is needed is the exposure to get out there. This is the message that really needs to get out there. Now tell us which one of your songs, I know there might be many of them that you really like, but which one of your songs would you really put out there to say, well, this is a message for the world to learn from?
Well, not to be tapping myself on the shoulder, but all of my songs is message and things like that, but the one that really catching a lot of fire right now and is resonating with the people right now is the song, my latest song, Never Give Up. You know, that's the one what everyone gravitating to right now, and what, you know, giving me what you call enlight, you know, to the people, to the fans, you know, they get more enlightened with that one. You know, so the music to me is like, you know, it's like we like to say music is the weapon. You see what I'm saying? So the music to me is like a weapon. You know, and the system being using music now as a weapon to brainwash, as a weapon to misguide people, you know what I mean, and program people into their agenda.
So, and we learn a lot about your passion for culture music and its positive message. Where do you see culture music going in the near future, and you know, how soon would you like to see culture music move to the forefront with its positive music in the Bahamas?
Well, as artists who've been watching music and been in music for a very, very long time, even though I have not made it into the mainstream yet, but I am a seasoned artist, you know what I mean? And there's many of us who are seasoned artists, you know what I mean? You know, you have Peter Ronks, you have Ja Doctrine, you have Super D, you have Jatari, you have, you know, it's a lot of serious artists. I mean, you have Red Ras, you have Ja Doctrine, you know, you have Smokey, you have all kind of man them who was seasoned artists. We all been doing it for a long time, but we just haven't meant to the mainstream yet. So people might, if we was to make a hit song there tomorrow, and people still think like I was a new artist, you know what I mean? But they never know that you've been putting in the groundwork for so much years. So by me being, like I say, to answer your question, by me being an artist who's been into this long time doing it, I learned that everything come in a circle. And just like how culture music was in the beginning, culture music will be in the end. You had this era where this satanic music and all is coming in. But it ain't gonna last for long because the consciousness of the people gonna wake, because after you see something, okay, you could like sweets, and you could like a lot of cake and candy and ice cream, but one day you go to the doctor tell you have diabetes. Then cravings now become detrimental to you. So you ain't gonna no longer want to put them into your body, even though you crave for it, because you know you're gonna start to value life. So when you keep taking in all this music, what you look at as sweets, now I see this negative music, and one day us as the artists, as the doctors of positive music, bring it to you and tell you this music can kill you, and they can annihilate your children, they can turn you into prostitutes and turn you all into just a bunch of people who just want thing, rapping and playing ball is the biggest ambition. When we was first scholars and doctors and scientists and people who deal in geography and biology and astronomy and all the different type things, black man creating and invent first heart transplant was a black man did it, all these different type things, you see what I'm saying? And black man invent the phone and the chip and all that, what they don't know about, people talking but the bread to Steve Jobs and all that. No one never know that was a black man who created the chip in order for y'all to use. Was to use the microchip is a black man. A billionaire no one even know about. Create institutions and open up big institutions for other black people to learn about, but they don't speak about these people because they don't want you to be inspired by the black people doing certain things in the world. They say and the building motivation. So they teach you all you could be as a rapper. So what they do, they give a rapper, like I say, a lot of platforms and all that, and then now our children think they have to be a rapper. No one want straight stretch their mind and work hard to be doctors.
But you do have some conscious rap artists out there.
Yeah.
You know, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
a lot of rap out there is, you know,
it's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got 3 or 4 to 1,000 judgment just singing a bunch of follies. You see what I'm saying? So more time it's like yeah, it's like the music coming forward to the culture state and the culture point, because people gonna crave it, people gonna need it. You see what I'm saying? People gonna need culture again. You see what I'm saying? Because they gonna see where this poison music damaging our social and our economical and our children's future. You see what I'm saying? Because children, they no longer want
the culture music to
empower themselves,
bring people back to reality.
Yeah, empower themselves with knowledge that can really benefit their race.
So true.
You see what I'm saying? Everyone can, singing ain't gonna benefit us in case nowhere. We need more doctors, we need more lawyers, we need more people to defend people who, a lot of blacks go into prison. A lot of blacks in there in prison because they have the right representation. You see what I'm saying?
So tell me Ras Copper. Tell me this, Ras Copper. In today's society, when it's so easier to jump into another genre of music and come up with a hit and make it, why you chose culture?
Great question, brother. Great question. The reason why I chose culture is because what else would I use my talent for? The Most High is make us up every day, King. Give us life, health, and strength, right? Why should we use the talent He gave us to serve another purpose of evil or something, you know what I mean? Eh? Why should we take that talent and express hate, murder, you know, degrading of women, how to kill your brother, how to steal your brother, to rob, how to sell drugs that'll bring down your people, you know what I mean? Eh? And this planning, your plan, this is a plan orchestrated by these bigger heads who have a whole new different mentality of thinking. They don't serve no purpose of serving God. They don't deal with God. They deal with demonic wives. They deal with you know, all kind of old druid and different type practices. So these man them practice like a certain type way. So what they do, they have all the millions of dollars. They own the media, they own the radio stations, they own the magazines, the award shows, everything. So what they do, they feed on your weakness. Your weakness to be successful, your weakness to want to have money, your weakness to want to be all over magazines and whatever. And they use you as a puppet to carry out their message. Not your message, their message. You see what I'm saying? And they pay you to do it and they pay you well. You understand me? Yeah. And you become addicted.
Message.
And then intoxicated with this judgment theme and this, and now you start to look at yourself as a god because they tell you you're a god. They tell you there's no longer a god. There is no god. You is the god. And the more richer you be, the more people serve you. You see what I'm saying? So now you start to look at yourself from an idol standpoint now. And you don't look at yourself no more as a man who's supposed to be serving a message and a purpose. The reason why I take my music and don't go that route is because Jah called me for a purpose. My purpose is to sing positive things to the people. You see what I'm saying? To bring a message of overstanding, a message of love, a message of militancy, a message of defense against wrong, you know, a message of how to look out that the naked be clothed, the hungry be fed, the aged protected, the infants cared for, you know, a message where we stand parliament, and statical, and church, and everything, you know what I mean, and we bring a message, and we defend the message what we bring, because we know why we bring it. You see what I'm saying? The message is for good over evil. You see what I'm saying? Some will choose the evil road, and some will choose the good road. You see what I'm saying? Many call, few chosen.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So it's safe to say that, you know, you're not bothered by the glitz and glamour of what could be. We're just dealing with principles. You see what I'm saying? Principles, and you're dealing with your culture music to send out a message out there. For people who are blinded, people who are asleep,
Big
for them to wake up.
Big Tommy.
Yeah, man.
I been doing this from I was 16, 17 years old.
Wow.
You hear say Big Tommy?
Yeah, man.
I just had my 45th birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, brother.
All right.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, they say my brethren. And let me
Oh,
tell
you don't look
you
at where the fountain is, man.
Yeah,
Where the fountain, Joe.
The herbs and the way you think too.
Yes.
You know, even though I'm perfect, you know what I mean? And I have my faults, man. I got enough faults I be working on in my life. I ain't perfect. But what I do, I just try to let my good outweigh my bad.
Right.
And I just try to practice doing good rather than doing bad. Because I have that choice many times in my life. Where I have the decision, I have that role where I could do good or I could do bad. I could be this or I could be that. And I always choose good. Even though I get the heavy burden drop on my shoulder. You know what I mean? And say, okay, carry this cross now for this good. You see what I'm saying? And I take that cross and carry it.
So Ras Copper, tell us, in the culture realm of making music, who inspired you the most? I know it's so much, but I try to pinpoint exactly which culture artists gave you the most inspiration.
Well, my most inspiration I think came from many other reggae artists and many other artists in the world, which is Bob Marley. You know, my first tape was the Uprising tape, you know, and it was cassette back then, and that's the first tape I had on my Uprising to Rastafari, you know, and it's like about 18 years old, you know, and 18, 19, somewhere around then. I used to play that like every day for like months and months and months. That was my first tape. Then I ended up getting one of them old tenor saw. One old tenor saw back then, you see, tenor saw was my next tape I got, you know, and I started like love music after that. But my biggest influence is Bob Marley. But since then, and I grew into music and love music, I had other influences like Buju Banton. That's one of my influences, you know. I also love, but I love Peter Tosh too, you know. Peter Tosh is a rebel in the music, you know what I mean? And I have a few judgment, you know, Caucasian artists them too, who I you know, love the format in music and what they bring to the table. You know, try to sing positive music, you know, like Jim Croce, you know, John Denver, and know, more like folk singers, you know, they more like folk singers.
John Denver, that's
yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah, you know, them kind of,
yeah,
you know, yeah, I love them kind of ones. They sing, you know, sing about nature and thing, you know.
Sunshine,
sing about nature,
yeah,
you see, and sing about the mountains and the humanity, you see. I love them kind of vibe, you know. And like I say, Jim Croce too, you see. Time in a Bottle.
Yes.
You know, and all them kind of songs,
so,
you know.
So tell me,
So
tell us, who would you like to collab with?
Right now, today, in this time, but I have a few of them, and I have a top, maybe a top 5, top 10 of artists who I love to do a collab with. But I like to start off with saying I love Judgment, Chronix right now, and I like to do a good collab with Chronix. You know, I love to do a good collab with Sizzla Kalonji. You know, it's always something I have been in my mind. Butcher Banton, you know what I mean? And yeah, definitely, you know what I mean? And I love to do a collab with Itana, the female singer, you know. I always love a vibe too, you know, Itana, you know what I mean? Eh? Yeah, you know. Maybe a dancehall artist. I like to do something with Popcorn too, you know. Popcorn, you know, I like to do a ganja song or something with Popcorn, you know. Yeah, like I put them ganja song together. It remind me of how I put ganja song together, you know. Yeah.
So how does ganja inspire you as far as your music is concerned?
But herb, first of all, herb is to me as a Rasta man, you know, we look at herb as a holy sacrament. You know what I mean? And it's like something we do to take us into heights where we meditate, you know what I mean, and try to think of positive things or to alleviate ourselves from stress and things that bothering us and, you know, resting on our mind heavy, you know what I mean, and sometimes, you know.
Yeah, herb is not all about getting hype up and going and doing a bunch of foolishness.
Herb ain't a hype thing, because our drugs give you a hype. Herb is a meditative thing. It keep you in a meditative state of mind, you know what I mean, and if you was all hype up and ready to go fight in war and you take a puff of herb, you'll say, man, cool off, man, I ain't into that no more, man, it really cool. You see what I said?
Yeah,
that's what herb do, you see what I said? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, as far as music is concerned, you know, a part of the music game is music videos. And I know you have a number of good music videos out there. But I heard through the grapevine that you're taking it even further into film. Yeah, want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah, we have me and my big brother, as the big brother who's interviewing me now. He trying to be modest about it, but Big Tommy himself came up with the idea, you know, and we were sitting down and brainstorming on during the shoot of the Never Give Up video, and he was like, you know, we started to brainstorm about doing a short mini film, you know, something about me to introduce me into the acting, because I show him that that's one of my passions too. You know, I wanna be an actor, but I wanna act positive movies, you know, movies that give off messages, you know what I mean? And,
yes, yes.
So we coming up with something, you know, and then making, you know.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You'll see Copper in the next second, you know.
So that's we covered Ras Copper, the family man, Ras Copper, the musician, and Ras Copper, now budding actor and director, I may add.
Yeah, they get by.
Tell us about the items around your neck.
Yeah, man, these are some of my works personally, what I create myself. That, you see, that's my little girl there. Come here, pretty girl. That's one of my little daughters. She's sneaking in. What? They give her me the phone. See, say hello.
Hi.
You okay? All right, go on, go finish watch TV. Yeah, so let's
all right.
Yeah, but yeah, these are my items I made. You know, I also make craft work. You know, I also make craft work. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. This one with the king, the emperor. This one is the unk. You know what I mean?
Not bad. Some good work, man. How can I get in contact with you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. You know, I said it in a few interviews previously, but I'm on Facebook, where I have a site there where just you can reach me. You know what I mean? For craft work. You know what I mean?
It's Ras Copper on Facebook.
Yeah, Ras Copper. I have Ras Copper as everything because I don't want to be too difficult to find me in the area, you know. So I on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all under Ras Copper.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The dress them thing, you see? They were smoking behind closed door, but they haven't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe that, man.
So Ras Copper, you know, a lot of times persons may think that it's an easy thing to consider yourself an artist. No, persons are not aware or may not be aware that it takes a lot of time, you know, dedication and money. You know, you gotta write your song, you gotta find the beat that suits the song, or you find the beat first and then you gotta write for it. But then you gotta pay for the beat. Then you gotta pay for studio time. Then you gotta pay for mixing and mastering. Then you gotta pay for this, that, and the next artwork, all the other
video,
stuff.
everything,
video, and everything.
All that.
You know, so it's a lot of investment, you know, in being an artist. You know, so it's a testament of the dedication. You know, you want to tell us a little about that?
Yes, my brethren. Yeah, man. Well, being an independent artist, as we call it, independent struggling artist. We more say struggling artist because that term being used long time, struggling artist. You know, we are what you call struggling artists right now because we have to fund our own, like you say, studio time, videos. We have to buy our outfits to look, you know, presentable in the videos. You know, and we are not on what you call a label that has a machine behind them that do all these things. You know what I mean? And that pick up the slack where you get on, David, if you are not financially strong to shoot your own videos or they didn't.
So Ras Copper, now we got into a lot of your childhood, you know, what inspired you. But what we want to do is now is get into the nitty gritty of exactly who is Ras Copper. Can you tell us a little about your upbringing, like what really made you the man that you are today? What shaped and formed you? Past experiences, yeah. And if you hear this frying going on,
yeah, that mom in the kitchen doing them fried fish.
Yes, we got some fried fish. The fried fish coming right up. And then you must say it smells.
They say the fish gon' fry in the kitchen, the beans gon' burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill.
Yeah.
And now we up in the big league. You gotta be moving on up, brother.
Yes. So Ras Copper, tell us, man. Tell us some, you know, some info on your upbringing. What molded you to be the person you are today?
You know, I can tell you one thing. I can start off by saying that it was bittersweet, you know. Bittersweet. I had my days, you know, where, you know, it all started actually where, you know, we grew up in the countryside in Lewis Yard, you know. Findless Point, Freeport, you know, in Lewis Yard area. You know, I went to Oxford High School. You know, my brother went to Lewis Yard Primary, went to Oxford, you know. And we came up under that era when everyone was just on herbs, you know, smoking herbs. It was still a piece of that Black Power era was still rolling in from the 70s into the 80s. So, you know, it wasn't no hard drugs and thing around then. Everyone smoking herbs. So, you know, by the time, you know, my mother had a stabilized job. You know, she was working in the Farmer Princess, and you know, she had a little position, you know, in the kitchen and everything and that. And you know, it was a normal life. You know, so far, you know, we had a nice 4-bedroom, what you call 4-bedroom, you know, them wooden houses they got in the country back then, you know. Yeah, and the rent was cheap back then. You used to pay $5 a week for each room, so we were paying $20 a week for a 4-bedroom house.
And this is in
like in the 80s.
In Freeport?
Yeah, in Freeport, in the country down, you know. Yeah, man. So it was sweet back then, you know, but.
Hey, shout out to Freeport, man.
Freeport. Let the Magic City soon come back.
Yes.
We just need a facelift right now, you know.
There's some innovations.
Yeah.
Innovative thinkers.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in the country down there, and like, you know, I judgment. I'm a fight any warrior. I grew up in the country, and it's like I judgment. Like I always should say it. It was carefree. You know, we used to go on the beach, on the bayside, pick cocoa plum and grape and you know, swimming. Everyone is family, you know, in the yard.
Cocoa plum and grape.
Yeah, cocoa plum,
sea grape.
Yeah, sea grapes, man. Island thing.
The first time I saw actual grapes growing is in Freeport.
Yeah, man. Cocoa plums and sea grapes and things. I used to go there, not fun, you know,
Yeah.
all summer long. You know, grow up a carefree childhood life, but then the cocaine era came in. Nah, you see?
Corrupt everything.
Yeah, the cocaine era came in, and it's like my mother, by her being a young woman at the time, and our friends them, they experimented, you know, during that era, you know, and they started experimenting first when cocaine first came in. The way I see it, because, you know, I once used to sell it too, you know, when I was a youth, you know what I mean, and on the street, because I was in, you know, little gang wives and all that, little gang group and that.
Years ago.
Yeah, you know, when I was like around 15, 16 and all that, you know what I mean? And they rented my first apartment when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
You know, so I leave my mother's house when I was like actually 15, 16.
Wow,
You know, probably younger. You know what I mean? And, but we'll get to that. Because like, my judgment grew up like I say, carefree, but the cocaine era came through. And then my mother, she experimented with it. And she got hooked on it, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, judgment, like when it first came out, it wasn't addictive like that. Many people was using it like it was more like just like it was a harmless drug at the time, but they must upgrade the potency in the cocaine and make the people more addicted to it, you see what I'm saying? So people start doing degrading things, and a whole like nightmare come from it, you know what I mean? And you see people you love and loved one fall off and lose jobs and had houses and cars and had the children in good school and lost their families and everything to this drug, you see what I'm saying? Like it was an epidemic, you know what I mean? It's just sweep through from America to the Caribbean, wherever, you know what I mean? And the wipe wherever it been away. They destroy their lives, you see what I'm saying? And my mother ended up getting hooked on it, like I say. You know, and during the time, you know what I mean? And I watched us come from one room, then we went to a 3-room, then we went to 2-room, then we went to 1 bedroom, then we went to no bedroom. That is it, and so, like, during all this time, my mother was always a moral type woman, because we grew up in the church. We used to go to Tabernacle Baptist Church and 8 Mile Rock, you see. So we used to, I know, but going to Sunday school and going to church every, like, 2-3 times of the week for almost like a couple of years straight, you understand me? I grew up in the church, and I used to play drum and all in one of those churches back then when I was young and all, you know what I mean? And things like that. So, I judge men, like, we used to go to the church, thing like that, and carry on and things like that, and come home and, like, you know what I mean, you had to go live with your grandmother, and this way and like that, you know what I mean? So it's like, even though she was like on this drug, she was like a moral side person. She used to make sure we still had food. She used to make sure, you know, things like that straight, you see how you see it? Yeah. Yeah, man. So like I say, you know, we moved from 4 bedroom to 1 bedroom and then no bedroom dies, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, the cocaine era take a terrible sweep on the whole nation, you see what I'm saying? And my family was one of the families that suffered from the epidemic, you see what I'm saying? And my mother, like I say, she was a moral woman. She used to make sure we go to school. She used to make sure we never no children's home or nothing take us or nothing like that. She always make sure we in school on time, we go to church on time, even though she was on a, like, she used to remind me of the line with Tupac saying the song, even though my mother was a crack fiend, she was a black queen. You see, in the South remind me, my Tupac mother remind me of my mother so much a fiend in Chicago, because I watched the Tupac story moving on and everything. Look at it, I always think about my mother, because she looked just like her. She even look like my mother and all, you see what I said? And the same strong black woman who was on that job and made sure her children got the best education, make sure they got the best in life, you see what I said? What she could have provided for them, you see what I said? King, I can tell you this, I remember one time, it was one of my birthdays, and I was feeling so depressed, and she knew I was depressed because like I said, we just before we did get before we lost our little room home in Tennessee, I just used to only about 2 rooms then. Half of them get cut off, is what I'm saying? So we was in 2. And then remember this time, one of my birthdays straight, and we judgment, like I was depressed. Yeah, I had nothing. And she's like sitting there, and she must see my pain as a mother, you see what I'm saying? And she said, come right back, and I all sit right, come right back. And she took about maybe half hour or so. That I see. she probably went down to my grandma's, and my grandma's living a couple of places up, you know what I mean? But she came back, I remember this, with a half a pint of ice cream. I see. And you see those same little Debbie pies? There's one box of them, you know, 8 is coming in the pack. She came with a half a pint of ice cream, the same little small half a pint of ice cream in a pack of Debbie's. And I remember sitting my brother right here, down on me, my sister, because my little sister Claire, she was born at the time, but there wasn't no other children at the time. Claire was the last one, because my big sister, her father took her when she was small to America, and then my other brother, his father took him also. So it was only me, my brother Marlon, and my other sister Claire. And my mother said it's 3 years down, and she opened the ice cream up and she get those cups, and she judgment, take out, you know, make sure all our cups are full with ice cream and give all us pies. And if I tell you this, that was the best birthday party ever in my life.
Really?
And that was my first birthday party.
Yeah, man.
I see, I say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's the kind of woman. That's the kind of woman she was.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And it's like, I judgment. Yeah, we went into that situation. Then after that, she reached the point where it was so rough for her. She had to give us my auntie. He said, it's her sister. He said, it's her only sister, so she sent us in Nassau, so she could catch herself. So she sent my brother and me and my sister. My little sister was already living in Nassau with my great grandmother. He said my great grandmother's raised in Claire. So me and my brother Marlon, we ended up living with my auntie. You see, to Chef Corner. I see, and we going through a rough time, you know what I mean? And she's more lovable than my brother. You see, it's like she'd always like I was the black sheep. So, you know, she would have like, you know what I mean, and give me that what you call a hard treatment, you know what I mean? And, but she like it gets so rough to the point where like you know, she ended up like put me out, you know what I mean? And put me out because I used to always like mouth off, you know what I mean? And I was always like be the one to talk back, and she never like that, you see. I'd always tell her why, you know, I would speak up, you know what I mean? And so for that, she would always like, you know, I used to this, I used to that, you know, whatever. So, you know, she judgment, you know what I mean? And I didn't really want to go into too much today with my auntie because she passed now, you know, I didn't want to see nothing else but the dead, you see what I'm saying? We got a certain kind of lifestyle that made us so strong that when she judgment put me out, I see, she put I on the street. I see, and judgment is like I had the judgment going out there by my own, and then my brother, where he so loved to be with me, he ended up following me. So two of us on the street together. You see what I'm saying? And we were sleeping in cars, you know what I mean? And we just living like what you call around the judgment, you know what I mean? And the crackheads and stuff. You know, that's how we was living. We just ran them kind of man them and thing, you see. When night time come and thing, we had nowhere to be, so that's where we get involved into the, at least I get involved in selling crackers, you know, when you're young. Man them see you and exploit you, you know. Your wives, they see I was a little soldier, whatever like that, so man them, you know, pull me under the wing, and instead of probably showing me the right way, like some big person would, like how I'll do to you now, you know, want to do that to me, instead of saying, well, look here, no man, you can be something, you're a smart person, whatever like that, go then, you know, instead they put a bag of dope in my hand and tell me, make this much and this much for you. And by me being on the street then, you know, it's rough. See how you see it? And man, the way I had to do. Yeah, man, you know, I had to do what I had to do, you see how you see it?
Wow, so, listen, that is a powerful story.
Yeah, man.
It's powerful, man. Wow, I mean, you've endured so much, you know.
This is the journey. Everyone knows the journey, is it?
Yes.
And the story to tell, is it?
Right.
Yeah, that was my story, you see. And it's like I say, after I started dealing with the little cocaine, selling the little drugs on the blocks and whatever like that, you know, drop out of school, things like that, you know what I mean? Drop out of school and stuff like that in 11th grade. Actually, I dropped out in the 10th grade, but I always like reading and all that, so I keep up with my education. And like time as I got, like we was on the streets like strong, you know, living, we sleeping in the car, like my cousin Chubby had a Maverick car, and Rastafari. My brother had a Maverick, my cousin had a Maverick car. I used to like Mavericks and used to sleep in the back trunk of Maverick. I don't know if anyone remember Maverick.
Yeah,
a Maverick is a small type car.
Yeah,
so you can imagine 2 people cramp up in the back there all night. We couldn't even twist or turn. The idea is and me and my brother soldiers, man, you know what I mean? And we used to be on, these hustlers used to wash car, we used to, wash clothes at the time. There's something called drop off by Super Wash. And we used to wash clothes, and then used to have, like, drunk man them around the area at the time used to break off us and treat us, show us strength and all that, you know what I mean? And we used to do all kind of, we used to be gambling every day, just to make them in the lands, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's all we had to resort to them kind of things because that's what these on the streets, you see what I say? So more time, it's like we judgment become strong and little soldiers and that, you see what I say? So we started to develop a sense of survival, the survival instinct. Even like my Haitian brothers, them used to we used to go in the shower and bathe early in the mornings. We could never come out like our people. We had to wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning, thing like that. We used to wake up 5 o'clock sometimes because we never want no one really see us. So we used to get up very early with the car.
Yeah, shout out to my Haitian brothers, man.
Yeah, man.
IBM.
Yeah, man. Them little brothers is my brothers. So. My great granddad is Haitian too. So I have blood ties too. So family, But judgment is like, my father from England, my father from England, Liverpool, and my brother daddy from Pakistan, Pakistan.
Wow, that's some diversity.
Yeah, the same with the walker there's now hot.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be scared to tell it.
Yeah, but everybody,
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's like, we grow up strong and struggling, you see what I said? And like, I end up like all the time on the streets and all the things we going through. It's like I end up getting back in school. He ended up getting back in school because Mr. Diagler from Super Wash had to get catch one time spraying on the building, and the man locked me up for graffiti. But the people in Super Wash ended up paying even buy me uniform and all that. He's wicked, Mr. Diagler. Yeah, he dropped the charges against me. And
shout out Mr. Diagler.
Yeah. Tell me go back to school, you know what I mean? And I got down on Bailey, and I spent a couple more years there, and get more education. And I just ended up starting to go in another. I still was in the streets and all that, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, but I was more like focused on education now more, you see? And it's like, the old lady ended up judgment, catching herself, she ended up coming off the drugs and all that, and she ended up, catching herself and getting a little place, and, I had my first son, born then, back then, he's 20 years old now, Jaffin, shout out to him, free Jaffin, he get caught up in some problem, and penitentiary now, trying to get him out of the situation now, and like, it's like, judgment, I had a firstborn son, and it's like, I started to take different directions, and I still was wild in the streets, but I was more like, coming closer to what you call redemption, you see, it's coming closer to redeeming myself, you see, and it's like, one day, like, I go into a lot of things, like, some of them I can skip, because, you know what I mean, it's like, I started, like I said, still in the street, selling a lot of, over the years, I sell a lot of weed, and whatever like that, in the street, I, set up a certain way, and I doing like what it takes to survive, because that's all like
you have an amazing story, you have an amazing story, man, and I'm so glad that we have this platform here for you to share this amazing story, bro. I notice in a lot of your songs, you incorporate some of that pain and struggle that you had growing up. I notice you incorporate that in your songs, and tell us more about how you incorporate the struggle that you've been going through in your music today.
Yeah, it started like Michelle already started for me, I used to be like chatting and all that, like I tell you from young and all that, but when it really starts, like when I'm hanging around these same drug dealers and the same block area was young, and there's this session going on, because they have systems, they invest their money in sound systems, because a couple of drug dealers have their own system, they used to like clash each other, and get off like that. So they used to have a session up there in the night time over his house, over Market Street, where my name used to bet, like block us with a bet on me, and someone else had a bet on my brother called Jonathan, because he used to do best at the time, and we just stand off chatting but it's $100 because one who win gets a $200 prize.
Yes.
You see, so.
Hey, but I can remember back in the day, chatting was the thing, you know. Ain't nobody was really.
Yeah.
You used to listen to rap and enjoy rap.
Yeah.
Nobody was really. I remember boy them and then.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my boy them.
Yeah.
But everything was chatting, but.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, because we fascinated by that era, you see.
Yes.
That still is because see reggae music and people they say, oh, why you sing your music and reggae your beat and all that. It ain't that, you know, it's just that the reggae music was one of the music that really expressed the truth and the poverty and the poor and all that.
Yeah.
Bohemian music more was entertainment, the tourism.
Yeah.
And they call it like, that was more like some kind of cooning type vibe. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. When I say cooning, I'm not to knock none of my Bohemian artist prices and all that, but I feel like
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, like the music that they had us like dress up in these straw hats and singing "Dool man down the way" and all that. You know, like yeah, you sing about the island, but you wasn't expressing the truth. You say it because
I allow me to say, I had a conversation with someone the other day regarding the same thing, and he's like, man, you know, I chose the genre of music that he chose because the Bohemian music is a feel good music all the time. He's saying, man, he have some stories to tell of hurt and pain and struggle and triumph that really won't get across using the Bohemian music platform.
Listen here, Big Tommy, you was my brethren, yeah, listen here. Whilst these man was singing about all this straw basket and love in the Bahamas and all that, they were suffering.
That's a serious thing.
Under a political vibe, you understand me? These men was going home to wooden houses back then and whatever, they're suffering. They was just they couldn't even come over the hill. You see what he said? Freddie Money and them man to break the ice.
Ras Copper, so tell us, you know, explain what you were saying about the Bohemian music and the cooning.
Yeah, when they say cooning, like I said, not the bash, not the Bohemian artist, it's like
right.
The music what they were singing wasn't expressing the social and the poverty that I and them and what they going through. He said it was expressing more of just singing something to please the tourism. He said, and they wasn't really benefiting from the millions of dollars that was coming into tourism. They would get a little scraping off the plate.
Right.
He said, so like I say, man, Freddie Money and them man had to break the ice and thing because certain man couldn't play in certain places and you couldn't come over the hill and certain type vibe. All the penis tail and all these man them who come from far but they drum beat club and all that. You see what it's like these man had to break the ice because these man was pulling in more entertainment than the so-called sports that was not allowing them to come into. So these so-called sports had to try and cooperate and find a way how to boycott them over. You see what I'm saying? And it was like it was a monopoly against them. They had to fight to get it where they get the Bohemian music thing so they can eat off for it and see some rep. You see what I'm saying? And it's like you have artists like KB them who come up with the song that they with the politician them. It's like a circus and all that. I say and some of them I look at them as revolutionary song. I like man like I like KB because KB started to tell a more revolutionary story in music to become a revolution. I like Phil Stubbs who sing folk music from Freeport. I like certain people who say I love Ronnie Butler. Ronnie Butler take you to the cultural standpoint of us. He take you into our living the standards Bohemians, you know. So all of them contribute a certain type of what I love about their music. But I don't love this cooning type Bohemian music where they just want to sing but sun and sea and conch salad and all these different type things, a straw basket and all that. When you know say Bohemian people going through a struggle of economical crisis and our people them should have been far as a Bohemian country will have so much resources from the salt and thing and all these different type things will get took away from us, the aragonite and all these different type things with these coming in. You see what I'm saying? We have so much thing that our people could benefit of, but instead of that,
truth, buddy.
Our politicians will more time exploit us and they will sell us out for little means. And you see when they can stand for him. That's why I always love the great honorable late great Finland.
Indeed.
Because Finland was a rebel. Finland would have made sure nobody took advantage of the Bohemian people. You could come in here and do same thing, but you have to make sure you ain't gonna own nothing and you can pay rent to be here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when these man them keep
no ownership.
No ownership. When these man them come into power since him, they did certain things and all that to take us into another level. But what they did was also did things that detrimentally kill us as a people to go on to the future. Because our children now have to struggle all over again to rebuild what we already had. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What we already had, we sold. These bands come and give it away easily. Now you have a lot of foreign and monumenting investors coming in and owning the Bahamas again.
Saying Bahamas for sale.
It's for sale.
What's going on?
It's almost already sold. We don't wake up. You see what I'm saying? We gotta wake up as a people. So more time. I love Bahamian music. I love my Bahamian people. I love the contribution we put in as Bahamian. But I also, like I say, I'm a warrior and a militant youth and I speak truth. I don't deal with the Conan. So I want to see my Bahamian artists start to be more militant in their music and start addressing more political stance. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed. So we're here now with another casting session with Pyramid Cinematics. It's your boy, Big Tommy. And we here at Ras Copper's residence. And we getting some nice fried fish, getting prepared with the right.
Yeah, man, bless it.
Yeah, man, Ras Copper celebrating his birthday.
Yeah, late birthday. Shout out to my brethren Red Ras celebrating his birthday tonight also.
Yes, shout out.
Yeah, man, shout out to Peter Ronks, you know,
shout out to Smokey. Peter Ronks, who's actually in the
shout out to John Doctrine, you know, Bobo Waikiki, you know, Louis Oscar the Prophet, you know, man, Naughty.
You got a strong culture,
you
got a strong culture music community in the Bahamas, you know. You know, man. Strong culture community. So, tell us about your latest music video project.
Yeah, well, I just did the video. The song "Never Give Up." You know, shout out to Monty G. You know, for the contribution.
That's
on the
a
beat.
power track.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Peter Rungs for all the support he showed me as a brother. You know, for the links with Martical Brethren Rondell. You know, the engineer behind it and producer who bring that masterful work. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. We shoot the video. You know, and you was also a part of the project. You know what I mean, Big Tommy. You know, and. Yeah, man, we waiting on it now to be released, you know what I mean?
Elite Studios.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So that's coming up real soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
In a minute. So in a 7, finish with it.
Yeah, man. It'll 7 do this thing. So, any other videos coming after that?
Yes, well, actually, we can hear a new song now. That I see what I just started writing actually on my birthday night on like. I started writing this song like around 1 a.m. in the morning. I say saying where there's love, there's peace.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So more time I want to do a video for that, but I got Mr. Greedy, what we just did, you know what I mean? At Peter Ronks, you know, studio. Shout out to Peter Ronks studio, you know. Anyone who wants to record music and put out your good vibes, you know, we have the links where Peter Ronks can set you up in a good recording session. You get mix and master. We have Jamaican contacts, everything can be done professionally. You just deal with Peter, the price is very affordable and the music will be properly done and everything that you say.
So Peter Ronks is not only an artist, but he's an engineer as well.
Peter Ronks is also one of the brethren who produced most of my songs. I record with him. And we have John Doctrine coming soon with Iron Fire Records, you know what I mean? So we have 2 outlets we're going to be pushing work, you know what I mean? And so, you know, feel not afraid to contact, you know what I mean? And if you want a quality production and good works, you know what I mean? And only positive music we pushing.
That's what it is.
No cursing, no massaging, no nothing. So abuse that kind of artist.
In the world of so much negativity,
made for you.
We need to accentuate the positive.
Yeah,
and I've learned through the years that culture music, real culture music, is all about accentuating the positive. Even if you're talking about a story where you get some heartache and troubles and whatever, the culture music always comes with an uplifting part of the story to say, well, hey, there'll always be brighter days. You know what I mean? You know, enlighten us more about, you know, the way culture music affects the individual.
Culture music is a music.
From your experience, like, you know, getting information from your fan base and even as a fan yourself of other culture legends.
Culture music is a music of conviction, you know, and you know what I mean. It like if you're a person, if you're an artist who do culture, you already know the struggle. Besides that, an artist who don't do culture, he don't know the struggle yet. And when he get to learn the struggle, he will turn from doing what he do into culture. You see, you don't find much artists switch from culture to go do bad music. You may find 1 or 2 do that, and they still come back home to culture. But you can find a lot of artists who can switch from what they do into culture. Because culture is the true music. Good and right is always with their voice. The opposite come after. You see what I'm saying?
Years later?
Yeah.
She just hard value.
Yeah, man, you're a time. Yeah, but you know, like they say, behind every dark cloud is a silver line, you know what I mean? And through all I gone through, you know what I mean? It made me the man I yesterday, the artist I yesterday, the brethren I yesterday, the father I yesterday, you know what I mean? The warrior I yesterday, you know what I mean? So it's like, after all, you know what I mean? Just a product of me here, you know, God bless me with a family, you know what I mean? My children, my brother here, you know what I mean? He survived the storm, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's strong, and it made me strong, you know what I mean? It didn't break me, you know what I mean? It made me, you know what I mean? And I followed on as an artist and, you know, trying to push good music forward, you know what I mean? And I have beautiful kids, you know, two of my kids in there, but now my daughter, she went out, and, you know, my son, you know, like I say, he's no longer here with us right now, but he'll be here soon. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so I give thanks and prayers, you know, for all the great things the Most High has done for me. Yeah, man, God's blessed me with this talent, you know, to push this music, and my beautiful kids, them, you know what I mean? So, more time, I have inspiration, you know what I mean? I got good brethren, I got a good team, you know what I mean? And we're looking forward to just keep bringing good music, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, you know, music is the weapon, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it goes. Militant minds, music at work, so look for Ras Copper. They just keep coming, you know what I mean? And getting better and better as they go along the way. Getting bigger and bigger, as this music gets bigger and bigger.
Indeed. Ras Copper, I just want to take this time to thank you, man, for inviting us into your home, you know, with your family. It's time to eat. It's time to eat.
All right.
I'm going to see y'all later.
Get some of the fried fish. Get some of the fried fish and the nice potato salad, the nice macaroni. You know, yeah, the
So
bomb.
stay tuned for more from Ras Copper.
Yeah, man.
Check his Facebook pages.
Yeah, man. For real. Just I was called a humble blogger. Check me out on, you know, YouTube Ras Copper, Facebook Ras Copper, Instagram Ras Copper, everything under Ras Copper. You can find me. Subscribe me, show some support to the quality of music. You know, yeah, man. Give thanks to praise for life, health, and strength, man. Power to the people.